Good afternoon. Happy Friday. I'm here with my good friend Sheri Hoffmann. I did an interview with Sheri on my YouTube channel in August. It was about how to go from constant yes to contented yes. So every spring I check in with Sheri because for whatever reason, spring just always seems to be a really busy time of year,
Yeah.
like whether it's sports or charity events, family events, dances. It
Yeah.
just, there seems to be just a lot of things going on. So I like to check in because with Sheri, because she has some tips on how to kind of get through the spring craziness and coming out on top. So this is my annual check-in. And I figured I'm probably not the only one who kind of goes crazy during the spring. So I asked her if she would mind hopping on to this page with me and just sharing her tips. So she was kind enough to do so. Thank you, Sheri.
Yes. Yeah, I'm excited to do that.
Yes. So go ahead, share with us how you handle
Okay,
the
well,
crazy.
the crazy, exactly. I am excited to talk about this because I'm going through it myself. There's something about April and May that we're approaching this time of year that whether you have kids in school or you work at a school or you're with family and friends who have kids, we all seem to get pulled into this really weird, overwhelming time where there's a lot of obligations and invitations, and something about April and May just become overwhelming for people. And one of my friends called May mayhem,
Oh,
which totally makes sense. And so I thought, how do we navigate through this April and May? And I seem to always get in hot water in the old days, and I came up with a technique so I don't get in hot water. And this is kind of how it works. You and I probably both get asked a lot, like we'll be hearing someone say, Lori, so what are you doing Friday night from 6 to 9? Are you open? And we'll look at our calendar and we'll see we're open and we'll say yes because there's a spot that's open. And then sometime by Saturday or Sunday after we've done our Friday event, we're tired or overwhelmed or we're behind. And we wonder, how come we got into this situation when we had time? We said yes on Friday, and how are we behind? And I realized when I started doing this technique, I realized that that Friday was open, but it wasn't available.
yeah.
And so I do this technique called the zoom out or the pan back. And what it kind of looks like is where you might look at your Friday and you might say, oh, I'm open that particular night. But then when you zoom out and you look at it and you say, whoa, I'm also busy Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. And if you had said yes to that Friday, you will have committed to 5 nights in a 6-day period. And by the time you get to that Saturday or Sunday, you are overwhelmed, you're kind of crabby, you're behind. And that Sunday may have been the thing you were really looking forward to doing, and now it's not even fun anymore. You want to stay home, and that was the one thing you were looking forward to. So I found that when I do the zoom out and I take stock of that day within the week, it really tells me that maybe at first glance I thought I had time that night, but I really didn't have time. And so I think of those nights as boulder nights or boulder time. And I kind of think of it like when you're in a river and it's swirling rough, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are crazy weeks. Like, how great would it have been to pull yourself out of that, and on Friday, just put yourself on a warm boulder out of that river and just like exhale and like regroup and take care of all the loose ends from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then you ramp up to go into Saturday, Sunday, and you're calmer because you had that recombobulation time. I kind of think of it after the TSA pat down, where you need that bench afterwards to put your shoes back on and you need to like take a breath.
Yeah.
And I found that my Saturdays, Sundays worked better when I had my boulder time. And so there's just something about taking a minute and panning back and looking at your week. And I do it for the month. I will also like zoom out farther and go, wow, I've planted a lot of flags for the month of April, and I need to plan nights where they're like my margin or my bolder nights or my peaceful time. And I just found that I was able to handle things, keep up with things a lot better when I planned in those nights. And you can do it for a season. Like I've done this for summers.
Oh,
I have a lot of friends that will say, I'm booked every Saturday for the summer, like 12 weeks they're booked.
oh,
Except for June 15th, I'm open and I say, don't plan anything for that weekend because you need that as your bolder night or your bolder weekend. And it's your regroup time and it'll make all the other weekends work well. So
great idea.
yeah.
Thank you. I like the analogy, and it's so true, and it gives us something to kind of help us, like you said, put that little time away for yourself or your
Yes.
family or whatever.
Yes. And so fight the urge to fill every time slot. Just because it's open doesn't mean you have to fill it with an obligation. And those are the times that I say I'm open, but I'm not available. And I use that for my margin.
That's a good way to put it. I am open, but I'm
not available.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you so much for sharing these tips with us. And if you want to hear more tips or hints from Sheri, you can check out our interview that we did in August on my YouTube channel, Lori Wakub. So thanks for listening and have a great weekend.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for watching this video. If it resonated with you, please give it a like. Please subscribe and please share it on your social channels if you think that somebody you know might resonate with it as well. Thanks for watching. Bye.